So, hey, Tara, how did you go after you launched when you had absolutely no one on your email list besides family?
Yep. So the launch first week went brilliantly. We had 10 sales. Like, we had sales just come straight through. We knew there were a few people waiting, like just waiting, ready to buy. Second week, a little bit quieter. The last week I've been in Hamilton Island and I left some stock with Kate. So she's gone from being virtual assistant to physical assistant and fulfilling the orders, and sold through all the stock that we left with her. So we had another really good week. And I was sitting in Hamilton Island drinking cocktails going, geez, I could get used to this.
No, but that's all the hard work you did beforehand, not the hard work, the strategic work that you did beforehand.
Yeah, and we set the systems up. I did a handover with Kate, gave her a rundown, and everything was seamless. So I was anxious going on holidays 3 weeks into launching. It wasn't ideal. But we made the decision just to launch anyway, because I didn't want to wait any longer, and it's all gone off without a hitch. So I did the handover again this morning with Kate, and yeah, it's all systems go. So it's all been very positive. I feel like we're on track and we've got a steady flow of orders coming in, which I think will just improve the more we pump into the marketing now ongoing. So
yeah, that's excellent. So for those of you who don't know, Kate is a virtual assistant that I'm outsourcing to at the moment. So I connected her to Tara, and yeah, we had a strategy and we put a system in place so that we could basically pass it over to Kate so that she could help Tara to manage it. All right, happy Monday today for those of you who are live. We are now talking about Linktree today. So of course I went to answerthepublic.com and I put in Linktree, and I saw what everyone in the world is asking about Linktree. And of course I chose headlines that were in alignment with that, so that when I write this up as a blog and it goes to YouTube, it is going to have keyword searchable titles. So the title is, what is Linktree used for and how does Linktree work? Which is exactly what the audience is putting in online. So firstly, Linktree is basically all about having all your links in one place and then giving you a single personalized URL link to share. Okay, it was originally designed to go into bios for places like Instagram, where there's only space for one link and that's it. So you can promote all your products, your offers, your socials, and everything by just handing out that one link. There are 25+ million accounts worldwide. Linktree can be used on social media. It can be used in your email signature, in video descriptions, show notes, live streams, webinars, business cards, brochures, and of course you can use a QR code to point to it. The options are endless. And when I was actually doing this and doing the research on it, I was like, usually in YouTube I go, have subscribed to this and download this and go to here, and like I've got all those things over there, and I was like, literally I can say, just go here, everything is on this one place. Okay, there are some pros and cons to that as well. So it did start in 2016, and it does remain the most popular single link provider for platforms like Instagram and TikTok, where you can actually only have one link. So if you are wanting click-throughs, meaning you don't just want people to look at your Linktree and do nothing, if you actually want them to look at your Linktree and take action, you should only use between 3 and 7 links. Okay, so if your click-through is your priority, only 3 to 7 links. It basically is a mini branded website. And for many of my clients who don't have a website, I have actually suggested to them that they just use Linktree. It can also be an affordable option too. Linktree does also take payment. Obviously, as the pricing goes up in the packages, it does allow you to then be able to take payment. The analytics are actually pretty good. I will show you, and they're a lot easier to access than your website. So if you are lying in your bed, you literally could just go through, have a look at it like social media platform and go, you know what, a lot of people are clicking on my Facebook link. And then you can make decisions as to, do I move that link higher? Do I move it lower? What do I do? Your design flow is imperative. Okay, design flow is imperative. It literally needs to be the customer journey of those touch points of what you want them to do. The The irony is this morning, while I was lying in bed on Facebook, a lady that I've known for a while, she does online Pilates. She said, I have availability to take 2 more clients for Pilates until the end of 2022. Click this link, and it was Linktree. So I clicked it. It took me to her Linktree. It gave me a free something, took me to a booking calendar to buy not to buy one-on-one sessions, to book a call with her. And I was like, I can't actually see any of the prices, the packages. I don't actually know. Like, she said to me to go on there to buy her online Pilates classes. But when I clicked through the Linktree, I couldn't find the link. So the reason I tell you that story is because what you can do, and you can do it while lying in bed on your phone, because the app is actually quite user-friendly, you can just go on and turn those links off. So she could have gone and turned the links off, and when she did that post, and then just turned them on tomorrow. Because if she's only promoting that, I would only had that link there, because you know my rule. The strategy is, if you're telling someone to do something, give them that link and that link only, or your click through will be nothing. So if you have an email promotion, it's to one link. There's not 10 links in an email. If you want them to go to one place, you give them that link and nothing else. Okay, and you nurture them along that journey. So
just as a clarification, that she did somewhere in her link tree have the information for those Pilates classes.
I don't think so. I had no idea where to click. I was like, I don't want to book a call. You've spoken about group online Pilates sessions, and you said book a call. If she did want me to book a call for group online Pilates sessions, I would have said that. I would have actually said that in the content post.
Okay.
Go through and book a call on my Linktree to discuss joining this program. But the call to action, it wasn't in there, and where I was sent wasn't there. So there was miscommunication somewhere. Either she should have told me what to do so I knew what to do, or clarification, only have one link.
Okay.
Cool. So that design flow is really important, and we will talk about strategy later. And you can also have a shared link so that people can subscribe to your Linktree and share it. So if you go along at the end of these live trainings, these get converted into blogs with a YouTube video, and then they go onto my website. So usually within 24 hours, they then get posted to my private VIP sites as well, and they go out in my email newsletter. So when you see that, click into it, because there are additional links there. I will have examples of additional links, which are all here, all the colorful ones, but they're only going to be in the blog. They're not going to be here. So you want to make sure that you just go in and have a little look. But I will kind of show you where to find it. So how to set up Linktree. I find it quite easy on the app. So as I said, I just started this morning on the app, and usually I feel like apps are so clumsy. I actually found the app quite user-friendly, and it was quite a good place to start. I did then run out of like, what do I do next? And then I went to a desktop, and I found that then I was then able to fill in the rest of it, which we'll be sharing with you today. So start with the link section, the links, by setting up your links. Then start with then move to appearances. Obviously, you can check out the analytics as well, but do not forget the settings, because so many people forget settings. And behind the settings button was actually things like your social media icons, which Alison, I thought would be great for you to see, because then you don't have to have that as a link. You can have it as a button instead of a link. So I'm going to show you that today. And in appearance, in the backgrounds, you can actually go in, and when you click and you have to be on a paid version though, you can click on backgrounds, and you can actually edit it in Canva and even design more things. And I am going to show you Canva today as well, Canva, Linktree's version. So what's pretty cool is I believe that Linktree and Canva are sleeping together, because Linktree allows you to go to Canva and allows you to edit and change in there. And Canva now has a Linktree, and you can actually use the word Linktree in Canva. So there's definitely some sort of collaboration going, just like Google and Facebook. So do you have to have a website to have Linktree? No, you don't. In fact, you can just have a Linktree and not have a website. So again, it would be a great option if you didn't. I'm working with Asley at the moment. He's a property investment strategist, and he doesn't have a website right now. So literally he just has Linktree and he has his email platform, and that's all he needs, because he just has to have a landing page and he just has to be able to email so that he can, have people book calls and that. He doesn't need a website right now. I always say, go make some money, then get your website. Your website's not the most important thing. You got to get these other stuff right first. So what can you use instead of Linktree? So if you have a website, you can just use a website. Okay, so on my website, I have a hidden page which is called Welcome. And if you go to my Instagram channel, you'll see it says chantel.girardi/welcome, and it takes you to my Linktree on my WordPress. I am going to show you. I'll tell you the pros and cons for that. And I actually was hoping Danielle was going to be here today, because she works a lot with websites. Here's the pro. The pro is, if you're sending people to your website, what's going to happen? You're going to have increased website traffic, and they are on your website to now peruse other stuff. Okay. The con of it is that it doesn't look as pretty as Linktree. It's not as pretty, and it's not as aesthetic, and it's not as creative as Linktree is. So I will show you that today. I'm going to show you mine, and I'll show you Linktree, and I'll show you Canva. So Canva has also got a Linktree version, which I spoke about too, and I will share that with you, and I'll also show you how you can get the little URL, the one link URL in Canva. So you can create it in Canva if you don't want to set up a Linktree and you want to keep all your assets in one place. The bonus of that is that if you have Canva's version of Linktree, you don't need the paid version of Linktree. If you edit Linktree in Canva, you don't need the paid version, and there's over 1,000 templates that you can already use. The other bonus of Canva is all your images are already in there, because today when I was setting up Linktree on my desktop, I had to go grab all my images from saved folders. Whereas when you're in Canva, it's like you just drop this here, you just drop that there, because they're already in there. You can already choose your colors and your fonts. In Linktree, you have to have the paid version in order to be able to do that.
Is that a paid version of Canva, or is that just the free version?
Free version. Don't quote me on it, but free version of Canva, you can still use Linktree. There'll be a certain amount of free templates that you can use. Yeah, we'll actually be able to see now, because I've got the paid version, but I'm sure it still says pro in the corner. So we'll be able to see how many of those are actually free.
Yeah, I just checked that, and it does. It's the little crown in the corner if it's pro, which is if you pay, and it's just a template. They're really nice.
Well, yeah, they are. They're already there. So if you have not got a designable body in your bone, a bone in your body, bone in your body. Sorry, I've got a bit of a headache today, so that's why my eyes are a little bit like this. So if you go into Canva, there are so many free ones. It's really easy. You just change your colors, your fonts, and already the ideas are there. You can also view it on a mobile, and I think they've got a feature for you to oh no, that's the website feature. The website feature, you can actually have it as horizontal or vertical, which is pretty cool. When you go back and you have a look at the recording and you have a look at the blog, I'm also sharing with you 4 examples, 4 of Linktree's examples. I reckon they're getting paid to kind of promote those people, or kickbacks or something, or just using them as affiliates or influencers. But what I really enjoyed from that was the key takeaways, because it told you why they thought that particular Linktree was thoughtfully done. And that, if you think about what for, whenever it comes down to strategy, it's like, well, what are we doing this for? What is our overall intention? So the key takeaways talk about why that design was particularly good. And to tell you the truth, I didn't think they were the most visually appealing. So do go back and have a look at that. I might actually show you. All right, cool. So let's get to the fun part now. I'll just go into here quickly. Awesome. So we'll go to the fun part now. All right. So on a desktop, if you go in, you literally set up your Linktree account. So it'll ask you to create one. And it's actually very short. It has to be very short. I try to put in online business marketing and it was already taken. So I tried to put in online business marketing with Chantel, and that was too many icons. So I just ended up going Linktree Chantel Girardi. So you'll put in your little icon and literally you come in and it's all go. As I said, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for you to start in the links section. And on the right-hand side, you can see it's very mobile friendly. So you can see how it's going to look when it's mobile. You literally just go, add a new link. You'll give that a title. You can turn it on or off. You can delete it. Analytics, so you can see who's actually clicking on that. And if I go from left to right, I think it's only on the paid. I think it is only on the paid platform. Yep, you've got to upgrade. You can actually redirect people straight away. So say, for example, you want to take them to a sales page or landing page straight away. You want them to click this and go somewhere else. They can actually do that, like to a redirect. You can add a thumbnail picture as well. You can see I started to do that in mine. And it's a tiny little circle. So it's really weird. They make you upload a square. You upload a square and then they crop it into a circle. So make sure that your images aren't full and that they are actually further in the background so that you do have space around the edges to crop into a circle. And as I said, you can then obviously you can turn it on or off. So really easy. So you can also click and drag them up and down. And again, for here, I've put a, that one's not described well enough. I would probably go in, because it is a video, I probably would go something like video. I quite like that because at least people know what they're getting. So video, probably do the same with download. And as I said, you can click, drag, carry, and put in all your links there. So I've set these ones up already. I've just set up a few here. It's on the customer journey, what I really want them to be doing. But Alison, for you, when you were showing me yours and how you had put in your social media icon links, you can just have them as clickable links down at the bottom here, okay? Which frees it up. So you only have a few of these links here because the rest are down here at the bottom, which is pretty cool. So I'd go in, I'd add all my links and, play with the customer journey and the order of what you're going to do. I definitely would go in and change my icons. As I said, I did this from bed this morning while I was lying in bed with my headache. The second one that I go to then is appearance. In the appearance section, I haven't quite figured out everything yet, but I found some things that are certainly important. This is where you put your little image, your profile title. Again, I wasn't able to use many icons, so it has to be short and really punchy. So I went with marketing overwhelm, constantly needing content in all the right platforms to get sales, but how? Custom themes over here, you can see they're wanting you to upgrade. And then I just went with this blue one over here called spray, which is obviously in my colors. So I went with that one there. You can go down then and choose your backgrounds. This one over here that says image background that you have to upgrade for, that is the one that if you do upgrade, you then have access to the Canva templates. So there's definitely a relationship going on there. There's some other fills and outlines. And I know Jane, Mrs. Red, you probably would be awesome at this. I had no idea. I tried to put my button colors at green, but they didn't turn green. So yeah, not sure what happened there. You can't also change your fonts and your other colors unless you upgrade. So I think I tried to change them. Oh no, there we go. It's letting me do it now. Oh, no, thanks. Okay, so some of them you get for free. You can go in and change some of them. The one that I want, obviously, because it's the one I want. Oh, there we go. I can change it to that. There we go. And of course, just make sure that you have a look. Oh, the green is terrible. Definitely get rid of that green. Oh, don't even know how to do that. Okay, hold on. Oh, that looks terrible. What have I done? I've broken it. Anyway, we won't fix it now. I'll have to play later. I was a lot better first thing this morning. There we go. A little bit better. So again, so that's just working on your appearance. So that was your appearance. Oh, and then it was the settings. So settings is really important. This one over here, as I said, I didn't come in here and start doing this. There's mailing list integrations and social integrations, SEO, you know, if you're doing any sort of paid advertising in that, you want to make sure that it is all set up in there. But there is your subscribe button. These are sort of the most popular ones. So I turned it on. And then if you have a look at the top right-hand corner, there was a subscribe button there, meaning that people can now subscribe to my Linktree. And then your social icons. So Alison, this over here is where you would find them. So I was even able to put my Amazon link in, my email link, and my other icons in there. You can also decide if you want them at the top or the bottom. I would say in the customer journey, I personally would have them down in the bottom. Now analytics. I wanted to show you analytics. Like with any good business owner, part of being a successful business owner is I'd have had 2 views. Was it any of you that were viewing me? Anyway, I've had 2 views and literally set it up this morning. So with anything, you want to come in here, you want to have a look at your analytics, and you want to have a look at, so these were unique views that came through, so they weren't shared, which is pretty cool. You want to have a look at your click through, making sure that people are actually clicking through to something. If they're just coming to your Linktree and they're not taking action, something has to change. Something has to change. So if I had a webinar coming up, I literally would just have all my webinar stuff at the top with credibility, with everything up at the top going, you know, click here to see my testimonials on webinars, and I'd be sending them to YouTube. Download this, have a look at this blog on webinars, on how webinars can work for your business. And I'd be sending them directly to my webinar link. If I said I go through to Facebook and have a look at how we use webinars, then I'd have my Facebook link. So whatever you're focusing on in your business right now, you can turn off your other buttons and just have those buttons there, which would be awesome. It would be a lot more strategic way to do things, because then when you went out on Instagram and you said, hey, we've got a webinar coming up, click the link in the bio would go and it would just be talking about webinars. It wouldn't be talking about your other programs and stuff that you've got going on. So it's got top performing clicks. It's got your subscribers in that as well. You do have to upgrade for the rest of it, which is really clever. But if you were going to use this, if you were to actually put money on this and you were interested in sales on this, it would be worth the upgrade. Okay, so I imagine you looking at pricing. So this is simply off Linktree's site. You can have a look at the different platforms. They recommend that you go with the Pro platform, which is only $14 per month. But what you've got to do is basically look at the key features, and you've got to work out why are you actually using this? What is the purpose of this? And do you even need to use it? Because if you have a website and your website's doing all these things, do you need to use it? However, if you're making a lot of sales on a mobile phone on platforms like Instagram and TikTok, Linktree might actually be more user-friendly than going to your website. So have a look at your website on a mobile. Have a look at Linktree. Linktree is actually really, really easy to use. So it may be worth exploring for someone like Tara. I would test it. Go, are people converting better on the website? Are they converting better on Linktree? So those are the plans. Now, if we talk about the website. So this is mine. As you can see, chantelgerardi.com/welcome. It is actually hidden. You can't. Oh, there we go. Danielle's coming in. It's actually hidden, so you can't see it unless you have the link. And I do use the link on. Instagram. So if you do go to my Instagram, that is my one link. So as I said, I'm sending them to the website. So my website traffic is going to go up because I'm sending them to the website, but also I am sending them to all these other options as well. Now, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, you're going to have to test, because with Linktree, they're not going to have all this other choice. That all they're going to do is go in here and see the buttons. Now, remember I spoke about it and I said, you cannot be as creative here. One of the things that I did is I contacted Kate and I said, Kate, could you please make my hot leads on repeat download, which is my free opt-in, please can you make that a different color? Because red is the highest converting color. So if ever you want somebody to push a button, red is the highest converting button, especially for men. So I asked them to change it to red. So if people didn't know what to do, their eyes went straight here and would go to that one. I'm not sure if you can do that in Linktree, if you can actually just have one link, one color. Maybe on the platforms you can. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, let me know. Maybe I'll Google that afterwards. So that is my that is my Linktree that I have. I don't use Linktree. I send people to my website, and you can get your web developer to do it. The one thing I did like about Linktree is that it is much easier to access those analytics. You saw how user-friendly they were, which means I could be lying in bed, or Tara could be drinking cocktails in Hamilton, and just go into Linktree and straight away see the analytics as to who's clicking that button, who's actually buying that, who is clicking on there, and then who is actually purchasing. So what is the click-through rate, and then what is the conversion rate? And you would be able to have that, especially if it takes payment on there, you would be able to have those insights straight away. Although I don't know, maybe you could do that on your Shopify anyway. I think actually Shopify you can on your mobile app. Okay, cool. So we've looked at that. So the next one is having a look at Canva. I literally went into Canva and just went over here and said Linktree. Okay, Linktree templates, clicked it, and it opened the page that we just saw. Here are all the templates. So you can see there's a little crown that Jane was talking about earlier. And the little crown means that it's a pro plan. But if you have a look, this one over here, that doesn't have a crown. Let's have a look. How many don't have a crown? There's a few in here that one doesn't have a crown. There's a few in here that don't have a crown. So if you literally just went in, just created your colors, had your colors, your fonts, it doesn't have to be this sort of artistic, although there are some pretty cool ones. So I just clicked on one just to show you how to use it. You can choose your images and change them. You can go in here, you can change your fonts. So therefore, as I said, all your fonts are already in here. So you can keep your fonts consistent. You can adjust it super easy with your sizes and your colors. Maybe it's because I know Canva so well that I found that this was really easy compared to Linktree. But when you click the three little dots, you can go in and you can actually animate it so that it can fly in as well. And it can actually be a video, like a video version of a Linktree. And you can, of course, also then put your links in. So you can go link and you can say, what link do you want to put in there? So it now becomes a clickable link. Okay. And then all you have to do is at the top right-hand corner with the share button is you just have to go copy link, and then you will have your one URL link to have, okay, to send people to. And that is how you create a Canva Linktree. So as I said, Linktree have got these 4 great examples. I will share the link with you. They are not overly creative. I do quite like, I think that one there does, stand out quite nicely. But what I really like is that they go, there is this key takeaways from each of the ones and why they think that they are so good. But what I like over here is, again, check out my pancake recipes, my 1-cup pancake, check out my cauliflower, pre-order, buy. The call to actions are, shop, make a restaurant booking, USA only. So what I like is that the call to actions are really, really important so that when people get there, they know exactly what their next step is to do. This Go Queensland one, I felt like it could just be a little bit more creative than what it is, because it's, but it does tell you complete guide to, a locals guide to, things to do in. And again, you can see the social media icons down at the bottom. They say they love the simplicity of it, Linktree as a platform. Expedia, really, really simple, literally branding consistency. They've used their 2 strong colors, fall in love with, get winter hotel deals. Again, just a good example of simplicity, but really, really strong call to actions. So I have noticed here, none of the links are different color. So I'm going to guess that you cannot have, so on my website, I could have a button in a different color, whereas in Linktree, you can't, they all have to be the same. So play with your capitals as well. You can see over here where it says buy, like I did with video. I went video and I put that in capital letters. Play with your capitals because that will make people there's a lot there. It'll draw their eyes to them and be able to, make them take action, because that's basically the whole platform of that. So Alison, as I said, yours is great. Hopefully you've got some new ideas over here. I do like how you've gone free over there, but maybe even meditation could stand out a little bit more. And with your email, your Facebook, your Instagram, perhaps it's a good thing to maybe just have those as icons at the bottom so you have less lines. But I really do like your address and days of operation. That's pretty cool, and save to contacts. So I really think that's a really cool thing. I haven't found that yet, Alison, so maybe you can tell me where that is. But I do really like that.
Can't remember. I will look. I'll tell you.
We're all learning here together. I haven't quite found it yet, but that's really cool. Address, days of operations. So yeah, that is really, really cool. Yeah, it must be a button somewhere. And I love the fact over here that you can share it. You can share the link tree. You can also share it by messenger, by email, and you can even copy the URL, which is pretty cool. All right, so what I might do then is I'll turn it off now for the online viewers. They can connect, look at the blog, look at all the additional links, because then we'll go to the discussion with the VIP members.